Alliance, they seem to be the most, they're funding a lot of the activities that the other guilds are currently engaged in, right? So the Lord's Alliance, you know, they have all the money. They've basically contracted the Order of the Gauntlet and are funding the Harpers to do most of the legwork, right? So a lot of you guys are Harpers. The Harpers are the ones that contacted you first. Order of the Gauntlet seems to be providing like general oversight and organization because the Harpers are very disorganized. The Emerald Enclave, if anyone's a member of the Emerald Enclave, they've been kind of given a strange sub-quest, which is Candlekeep has reported 6 books missing, which is incredibly rare for Candlekeep. Nothing ever goes missing, right? As well as other libraries in the area have been looted and pillaged. And they found some modifications of official history documents planted in various places where the Dragon Cult has been active. So the Dragon Cult appears to be rewriting history or stealing certain types of history books. They're not really sure what's going on, but if you are a member of the Emerald Enclave, you're also doing a sub-quest to research stolen or lost books. Everyone's got a meeting? Get a hero. Okay. So right now you guys are on a boat. You have horses on this boat. You are trying to get to Baldur's Gate ahead of this crew.
What about my elephant?
The elephant, unfortunately, Stompy has been left behind. He was not able to make the trip by water, unless there's a way that we can get him on the boat.
Wait a second. Is the river shallow enough that
I will give you 25 gold to buy a new boat for something.
Alan, can't we just stuff him in his bags?
No.
We need to get like a giant boat. For
you could probably buy another elephant in Baldur's Gate. It's a pretty big port.
That would work.
Can we get his money back from the old elephant?
You could try to sell your existing elephant.
We just hired.
Oh, you're renting. Yeah. The elephant's had a lot of bad luck.
No, one the elephant you were renting Mickey because he bought it for 200 gold, so you can sell it for 100.
The imp takes anything.
I don't know for sure whether anything else can breathe in its little pocket.
Can we sublet the elephant while we're gone?
You can pay him to stay here until you come back.
No, I don't want to do that. He was sufficiently useful last time. I'm interested in paying to not do anything.
Okay. So where are we going? So Baldur's Gate. So your boat, you guys might have to be on 2 boats, right? There's a lot of you and there's horses, right? Rolls into Baldur's Gate. There's a dock master who asks you your business. What business do you have here in Baldur's Gate? So let's divide the table into 3 parts, and I'll just kind of go part by part until we need. So he addresses you guys as you exit the boat. He's got a clipboard.
I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer.
A simple farmer.
You've come to Baldur's Gate to
look for work.
Employment opportunities. Common. That will be 1 gold piece. Tariff.
I came for the ale.
And your colleagues also farmers?
I came for the ale.
Ale, yes, yes. For you, no charge. Enjoy the hospitality.
I walk in.
Hospitality. So you're actually entering a large. You're in a dock area, entering a large city, and Baldur's Gate is divided into 3 sections. You guys know this just in talking to sailors. The port area, by the water, the docks, and all that stuff. Kind of seedy business, lots of commerce and markets and that kind of stuff. The upper area where the royal class lives, right? All the guilds are up there. The area closes at dark. Right, you have to have a pass to be there at all, right, to get in and out of the upper city. And then outside of the city walls, there's a huge collection of slums where most of the people that work in the city live, and they come into the city every day paying a tariff to get into the city, work all day, and then leave the city and sleep in the slums. Okay, so you guys enter the city. You have a name of a contact that's a member of the Merchant Guild.
Yeah, but if my turn comes along and I just forget to draw.
Well, then we go to the Merchant Square.
There are lots of merchant squares.
Well, the one near the docks can probably lead us to the next one if it isn't that.
Yeah. So you're looking for work. So the main. Oh, you're not looking for work.
No, I'm here to sample wares.
You're sampling wares. Well, the marketplace is massive, right? I mean, and it's very chaotic, right? There's a huge market, and they have just about everything, right? So if anyone wants to spend some money buying anything, basically, this is a good place to do some shopping.
Shopping?
You head up the hill towards the. So there's 3 gates going to Baldur's Gate. There's the south gate, the north gate, and there's a bridge that comes across from the other side. No one really uses the bridge. You assume that the caravan coming is going to enter through the south gate, so you head to the south gate.
Well, where do they sell out?
As you look through the livestock stuff, there's a strange lack of anything. There's no horses, donkeys. It appears that in Baldur's Gate they don't use animals. It seems like they're really backwards. All the commerce is carried by hand from the south gate to the north gate, or from the north gate to the south gate by porters. So there's a huge porter economy. There also are delicious porters on tap, if you guys are interested in experiencing the Baldur's Gate Porter, which is a very famous ale. I guess it's a very famous ale now.
Are animals so peculiar that our horses get?
I don't wanna.
Ah, you're going to try to bring the horses into town?
Yeah.
The horses are not
assuming,
allowed in town. You need to take them to the outer city. They may not be in town.
I stable my horse.
The elephant is not in town. He just went to go buy a new elephant. He left our old elephant at the old city.
I stable my horses with Surrey.
There are no stables within Baldur's Gate.
Well,
It's all in the outer city?
No, it's my Surrey.
What?
It's all in
I give you
Outer city is where livestock is kept, and there's a as you leave the dock area and are escorted into the outer city, there are huge caravans being assembled. Right, so loud caravan masters putting together, you know, which city are you going to, when do you want to leave, people are bartering for positions, there's a guild hall where mercenaries are being hired out on these caravans to work the caravans. The owl is common, you can have, there are owls and there are other kind of like fowl, there's food. No dogs. There's not a lot of dogs. No.
Well, no, I take my.
I mean, you have a dog. The guards are not going to force you to leave with a dog, but it's unusual.
I don't have any unshredded paper.
Camille's dog, yes, very unusual to have a dog in the town, but not illegal.
I take my horse to the outer town and tie him up to a stick.
When you come to outer town and you leave through the gate to the south gate.
Any like under people.
So you come out the south gate, and most of the caravan this time of year is heading north. So at the south gate, there's a huge number of wagons that are disembarking. Porters are carrying huge boxes of cargo through the city to the north gate. Right, and there's tariffs being collected. Everything is being taxed as it comes out. There's a lot of security in Baldur's Gate, right? So there's guards. Absolutely, yeah. There are stables on the north and south gate, and there's a lot of horse trading going on, right? Wagon masters are selling horses, they're buying new horses, they're re-equipping. There's a lot of caravan organizing activity going on, right? So very, very busy, very loud, a lot of deals being made.
It'll say on the table how many campfires you have.
All right, so
did they put it on the sheet?
Yeah, he said 3. Or he said,
Camille, would you like to tell your dog history?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Light, sacred flame,
No.
Yeah, those are pretty self-explanatory. The sacred flame is an attack spell that does radiant damage that you can just do over.
Any sailors?
Sailors? In the dock area where we were initially, there's a huge, sailing community and lots of sailors. Mostly cargo ships, though, right? Not a lot of like adventuring.
I would want to like try to talk to one of the sailors.
Absolutely, Captain. He's getting his boat ready. They're loading people up. The first mate's out there directing traffic. How can we help you?
So I asked them if they've seen any suspicious beings coming by.
In Baldur's Gate, no one is suspicious. A safe harbor for trade.
I talked to one of the other sailors, one of the lower ones.
Okay. Yeah, no, hard-working folk, right? Nothing suspicious.
Can I bribe him?
A normal day. He'll gladly take coin. Yeah, the Merchants Guild is actually pretty much the entire, both gates are pretty much run by the Merchants Guild. So there is a lot of merchant activity. There are officials collecting tariffs and taxes, right? They appear to be officials of the Merchant Guild. There's also these same kind of guys who are all over the harbor as well, collecting taxes, greeting people to the city, directing traffic, these kinds of things. At the Merchants Guild, when you check in, you ask for your contact, whose name is Peabody. and they say, no, we haven't seen Peabody at you're at the North Gate stabling a horse. We haven't seen Peabody at the North Gate in 2 or 3 days, which is unusual because he's generally very active, checking on his employees.
He always works.
Well, he'll work in the South Gate as well, but this time of the year, most of the cargoes go to the north, so it's much more active on this side. In terms of putting the caravans together, which is a long part of his job. Making sure everybody's well equipped and things can move smoothly.
I offer myself to help put the caravans together.
Oh, absolutely. There's a sign-up sheet right here for a mercenary or a hoarder or what kind of.
I'll be a mercenary.
Yeah, the mercenary sign-up sheet is right here. There's a line of guys signing up to be mercenaries for caravans, guards or other escorts.
I'm trying to get information from the sailors, but I guess they won't.
What else can I say?
Porter, carry boxes.
The people who are collecting the taxes.
Caravan, you could be a horse master on a caravan.
Yes. Okay. I am going to be a horse master.
What sorts of uniforms are the tax collectors wearing? Who do they represent?
They look like they work for the Merchants Guild.
They're from the Merchants
Yeah,
Guild.
they definitely look. I mean, like the Merchants Guild definitely seems to have a lock on everything that's going through the tax.
So it's not the Baldur's Gate defense. It's
No,
not
no,
military.
the security guys, they look very different. They're very well equipped. Like, they're polished. You know, these are like, the merchants look like they work for a living, right? The guards look like they're mostly for show, and there's a lot of them.
And they seem to be employed by the Merchants Guild.
It's unclear.
Okay.
It's unclear. Probably not, right? They're not
Are they taking
fraternizing.
orders from the Merchants Guild, or do they seem to be under their own
No,
chain of
they're
command?
supervising the tax collection. They're supervising the creation, but they're not engaged in any way. In fact, they're not working.
There's no tax collector getting orders to someone who's a guard.
No. In fact, that would be inappropriate. You get the sense they are a separate force.
Is there any tax collector that seems to be getting a lot of tax money?
Extra tax?
Yeah. So the way in which tax collecting occurs, and you guys have noticed this when you've disembarked the boat, it seems to be very arbitrary and it seems to be very high. Right? They're charging 1 gold to get off a boat, which is astronomical.
Someone drops
somebody. Like a month's wages.
Holy crap.
So you guys are at the North Gate. You're asking after your contact Peabody. The man that you ask about this is collecting taxes and tariffs, and for every porter that brings a box, he's collecting gold from the guys carrying the boxes, right? And he's collecting, generally like a silver per box, but he's making a lot of money, and he's got thugs with him that are helping him enforce these taxes. Most of the people that are carrying the boxes are gladly paying taxes. You don't see any resistance. It looks like business as usual.
So where's all this tax money going?
Big box.
What's it being used for?
That's free.
This is Baldur's Gate. This is the center of commerce for the entire Sword Coast.
We're just collecting money.
We're ensuring that goods and services flow smoothly through the Sword Coast.
Oh, you guys are dressed up doing nothing?
The guards, I agree, they do nothing. They enforce the whims of the rich. We are working hard keeping the commerce flowing.
So where's this tax money go? Is there a bank?
Upkeep. We need to maintain the roads. We need to ensure the security of these caravans as they head north.
Real quick, am I standing anywhere near this where I can hear it?
My vision, you're a dwarven cleric, is that you're well into your cups at this point.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, but I have a feeling you've got a tankard in one hand and you're
okay, then I'm not going to worry about it.
That's what I think you're doing.
Dave, what's the mod for the D20?
You got a 17?
Oh, what's the mod?
Last time I
They identify you as a potential bodyguard, and they put you on the bodyguard list, which is probably the highest paying list for the mercenaries.
Well done.
So does the tax collector know where Peabody lives or he spends his off time?
Well, he's often at the 3-penny inn tavern, interviewing clients and customers and setting up caravans. Some of the longer franchises work through him, but he should be at the gate, collecting taxes and other things. I would check the south gate. He may be there.
Go to ask if has been sent to prison lately.
Prison?
Like Peabody, yeah.
Prison? Yeah, there is. So you ask a guard?
Yeah.
There is a prison. We do have a prison. We have a large prison. It's actually, there's a bridge that comes across. The garrison for the guards is on the bridge. and the prison is in that garrison. So it's not technically in the upper city or the lower city or the outskirts, right? It's a separate kind of political economy that's going on this bridge. And you can see the bridge from where you're standing, right? There's this huge, in the middle of the bridge, there's basically a castle coming out of the river, and lots of guards and security on that.
I asked about my pen.
Has he seen Peabody or I asked?
No, Mr. Peabody has not been here in 2 or 3 days, which is unusual. Southgate. You get to the Southgate. As you're walking to the Southgate, give me a D20 roll. This is a perception check. Everybody can do this.
I choose to look at that bottom one, that mug. Why is it empty?
I'm watching my birds.
Why is it empty?
That doesn't seem right.
So the 15s and ups, right, as you're walking to the Southgate, you're walking kind of against the flow of traffic of all these porters and people carrying stuff. There's also, oh man, I don't know the technical term.
There's a half elf.
Yeah, where you carry like a royal noble person with those little things. Like in Kung Fu, you know, when he throws the spear into that thing and kills the...
He's actually a
Palatine?
Palanquin is the canopy thing.
Yeah, P-A-L-A.
The chair would be a sedan chair.
What is it?
U-U-I-N.
Yeah, but they're generally... Okay, so what's interesting here is generally these are very, very close. Like the people that are riding in them, you see a lot of them coming from the upper city and heading to the dock. You can't see in them. But those of you that got a 15 on your perception check, as you're walking by, you look into one of these, and there's lots of them moving around. They're all very well, they're expensive. You notice what appears to be a half dragon, a black half dragon, with some blue kinds of tinges to her scales. It may be reservoir.
I charge.
No, I walked up to Resmore and started.
No, I mean, you just see this one going through the crowd.
Well, I walked towards.
You're going to try heading in that direction. Okay, you get to the South Gate. Peabody is there. You recognize him immediately because he's dressed in a perfectly pressed white outfit. He stands out from a mile away, and he's directing traffic, but he seems very alert, right? He's watching everything that goes on with a sophisticated, like he's been doing this for days, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's paying attention to everything that goes on around him. As you approach, you notice he also has around his neck a harper's chain, or a harp with a star, moon with a harp in it.
Yeah.
Do you identify yourself? You've been sent?
Yeah, do you have a harper? That might be better.
I'm a harper. But I'm charging the dragon.
Peabody is standing at the gate, at the entrance to the South Gate, directing traffic, basically.
He's a harper.
I walk up to him.
Yes.
And I ask him what are those caravans, or who are in those caravans, or anything.
So there's lots of caravans, literally like 15 caravans are unloading and stuff is getting moved through the gate as you were talking to him.
Does he know anything about any, like...
You have got here just in time.
Shady figures.
I just saw the cargo that you're looking for, nod, nod, wink, wink, move through the gate. Literally, they just finished unpacking the caravans. There were 2 wagon fulls. It took several porters to carry the boxes. The boxes were heavily laden.
Did you see anything that was in the boxes, anything around them?
No, the boxes did not seem labeled. The caravan looked extremely nondescript. I didn't see any of the agents that we were used to encountering.
Any extra guards to guard them, or...?
The caravan was well guarded, but a lot of the caravans are.
How can we distinguish that caravan from any other?
I think most importantly was its indescriptness. Most of the caravans that you see are labeled with guild markings or other things. These boxes were unlabeled, which is unusual. You're heading to the North Gate, literally 10 minutes.
Question mark.
So you guys got here just in time. I strongly encourage you to go get on their caravan or get related to
I run
caravan.
that way and introduce myself that I am already got to work.
Yeah, you've already signed up, so you're already on the list. Good?
Hey, I'm on the list. You might.
Alright, you all get jobs.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, working for a living.
What is that? Oh, as you look through the crowd, you've lost her.
Okay.
I mean, there's lots of these things going through the crowd, and you're not sure which one she's in. But you definitely, several of you definitely think you spotted her, which is a little surprising, right? That she would be moving with the caravan.
Does he know which direction they were going in?
They came through the South Gate. They're going north. And you also, I think Alan got a map.
Okay.
From the hatchery that had this kind of like encrypted code that said that it was several months, several weeks north of Baldur's Gate.
Is the caravan already gone, or is it still there?
So the boxes are being carried through the city. You get to them. You guys head back to the north gate, and you see 2 or 3 caravans being assembled. They're all heading north.
Can I follow
We
them?
look for the most nondescript one.
Yeah.
Right. So nondescript is a
Model
pretty
one.
accurate thing, right? One of these caravans looks like it's straight up, fruits and vegetables and other perishable supplies coming out of Waterdeep, probably unloaded from a ship, not from a wagon, heading north. The next caravan is also looks very kind of hodgepodge. There's a bunch of different people that are gathering together. These caravans, the first caravan is described as maybe 15, 20 wagons. These are large caravans. The second caravan, much more hodgepodge, maybe groups of maybe 8 to 10 wagons are currently being assembled and put together. They're looking to hire a lot of people. It looks like this caravan is not nearly as organized as the first caravan. And then there's a third caravan that already has several guards assigned to it, and it's much more disciplined in terms of how they're loading it.
Third caravan carrying any boxes, and we look for stamps on them.
On the third caravan, you do see a lot of stamped boxes.
Okay, then let's go to the second one.
It's much less. I mean, it looks much more rigid, like military. Like
We already know
guys
we're
that have
looking
done
for
this
one that
before.
has no marking, so let's go to number 2.
All right.
The chances of us all getting picked by the same caravan independently is slim. Perhaps one of the two already signed up should say they're a contractor and are independently hiring us.
All right, let's get a roll. Let's get a diplomacy roll.
Oh, he's a pretty high charisma fighter.
Persuasion?
Persuasion, yes.
Attempt for
Oh,
persuasion.
persuasion. All right.
Persuasion.
12.
I'll use persuasion. Yeah. Do it, guys.
He did nothing.
No, I did everything. 8.
You bit your tongue.
So we've got some good persuasion rolls. Oh, you guys got here just in time. A group like you, I'm assuming you have a variety of skills and you're not all just guards.
Oh no, I'm a horse master.
A horse master? There's a caravan preparing to leave right now that could use your skills.
I'm going.
Particularly a drunken dwarf. No caravan's complete without a drunken dwarf.
Is there a horse around by any chance?
There's lots of horses. You guys have stabled your horses on the side?
I want to go up to the horse.
Yes.
And reach up and grab its lip.
Yes.
And pull it down
Yes.
as if I'm talking to it.
Yes.
And say, have you seen a half-looking drow that likes to cuddle with kittens around here?
Yes. The horse does not respond, but is concerned. The horse master is not happy with your treatment of this animal.
Yes, I will.
Neither is the druid.
Throw the horse's crap at him.
Yes. Okay, so let's go around the room. Roll a d20. No modifier, just give me the result. High is better.
What are we rolling?
A 9. You're a basic guard. You'll be earning 5 gold pieces per 10 day. You already rolled. You're hired as a bodyguard for a specific merchant. There's a very nervous dwarf who needs a bodyguard on this trip. You're earning 10 gold pieces every 10 days.
So 5 gold pieces per 10 days.
Correct.
Wait,
Fuck, you know what? Guys, you don't really have the skill set we're looking for. It will be 1 gold piece per 10 day to travel with the caravan. You'll have to pay to travel with the caravan. And that's not uncommon. There are other people that are going with the caravans, right? There are settlers and people.
I pay 1 gold a day.
10 days. 10 days. An 18. You're a bodyguard. You're exactly what they're looking for. The same caravan that hired you, they've also hired. He needs 2 bodyguards. He's decided because it's very dangerous, and he doesn't like the looks of some of these other wagons. He's made this trip many times before as a tinker trader, and generally he's traveled with much more organized wagons. There's several wagons seem to be having difficulty with their horses. There's a couple wagons where the caravan master is disciplining them and yelling at them. Right, your caravan does not look to be the A-team caravan. 15. You're a fantastic, well-trained bodyguard. The caravan master would actually like to hire you as his personal security. Since this caravan looks so reckless, he's concerned about a potential mutiny, and would definitely need you on board.
20.
20, bodyguard. For him again, the dwarf. The angry paranoid dwarf. He now has 3 bodyguards.
I say I'm a healer, and if you keep my belly full and my ale content, I'll work for free.
Oh, there it is. Fantastic. You're on the caravan.
And I want to work with the dwarf.
I got a 5.
5. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like your skill sets are going to match up well with this caravan. We don't need additional guards. It's going to cost you 1 gold piece every 10 days to travel with the caravan.
I turn into a lion.
Okay.
I turn back and I say, "Are you sure it's going to cost me a gold piece to travel with this caravan?"
This is not a circus, right? This is not a circus. we need to be focused.
I turn back into the lion and I wait for him to collect his gold.
Yes. We will be able to make an exception in your case, provided you'll be able to do some hunting for us while we stop for the night. Not every night will be spent in an inn. Several nights will be spent on the road. We are going to try to make it from inn to inn, but weather and other conditions will make that difficult.
17.
17, you're a guard. There's another wagon. This is a half-elf. He seems to have no idea what he's doing. Like, he doesn't know how to bridle his horses. He's got, 2 or 3 stewards with him that are just laying in the grass, not working. He's disorganized and inattentive. But he needs bodyguards because he's heard how dangerous this is. It's his first trip north. He has 2 wagons. 7. 7 is... You're a basic guard. 5 gold pieces every 10 days to guard the wagons. 9. Basic guard. 5 gold pieces every 10 days to guard the wagons.
16. Looking to become a horse.
Ah, we have a horse master position. This half-elf definitely needs help with his horses. He's got 2 wagons, and he doesn't know how to drive either of them. How much did you get? Oh, perfect. They also take note of your story. Will this be coming along as well?
No, I tagged it.
Yes.
We don't have it. We don't have it.
This will.
We don't have it with us.
To join the caravan with your story will be 20 gold for 10 days to travel in our security.
And you have just the series.
So bringing my story will be 20 gold every 10 days.
Yes.
What's the series?
You don't get my horses.
Story is the type of carriage.
Is it what Cinderella had?
No.
I negotiate.
Yeah, she had a pumpkin.
You'd like to negotiate? Give me a negotiation roll, which we're going to call...
Charisma?
Persuasion, probably?
I would like it to be 5
Or deception.
5 gold.
Okay.
I didn't realize I had less than sure wounds. Good.
I got a 16.
Oh yeah,
We're willing to negotiate to 10.
5.
I can't do 5. The wagon doesn't really offer much.
I think I can burn the service.
Alright, 5 gold or 10 gold.
No, I'm burning the service.
Oh, you're going to burn it. Okay.
Don't burn this.
Sell it. Sell it.
The dice are good. This is 16.
16 is a guard. 10 gold every 10 days to guard probably the half-elf wagons. 12 is basic guard. 5 gold every 5 days.
Isn't that a new card?
Brendan, 12 basic guard, 5 gold every 10 days to guard the caravan. 2. Your services aren't really needed on this wagon. Unfortunately, evil sorcery.
I don't have that like stamped on my shirt.
You kind of do.
You have it stamped on your soul.
Very good. It'll be 1 gold.
20.
Quite high, yeah.
I'm extremely attractive.
1 gold every 10 days to travel with the caravan. Andy. Alan, 1 gold every 10 days? Sure. You're good?
I got a 16.
16? Full guard. Full guard. In fact, your dog may lead the caravan.
I am also a kind of an outdoorsman, so if you need like a scout.
Yeah, we need scouting and any kind of road condition maintenance. We would really appreciate that. They're going to pay you 10 gold every 10 days.
Wait, how much?
Well, I already got it.
You're getting 10 gold every 10 days, and you're getting 10 gold. So everybody's got their jobs.
Wait, hold on. Is there a beginning pay? Like
The guy that's leading the caravan.
No, we'll settle up when we arrive.
We're trying to follow where this caravan's going.
You can do a perception check.
Or I just kill him. I don't like you.
Evaluation is going to be 7.
No, 16.
You know that oftentimes these wagon trades don't end up paying the full value that you agreed upon at the beginning because of penalties you'll incur of rules that you know nothing about yet.
I cast Mage Hand, make it invisible, pickpocket some gold.
You're going to try to rob someone as the caravan's getting ready.
I'll do that. Okay, no, I don't do that.
Wait till everyone's asleep. Wait till my turn.
Okay, so while you guys are arranging and negotiating, you see that there are 2 wagons that already have, like when you're going to the wagons and getting to know people, there's 2 wagons that was already fully staffed, and the people seem very kind of standoffish.
In my lion form, I'm sniffing around the wagons
Right.
with keen smell to try and identify anything bizarre.
Weird smells.
Bizarre. A lion.
I wasn't. I think
that people probably steer clear of a lion smelling their cat.
That's what I'm doing. I'm staring at the lion. Wow.
It's so fluffy.
That's the
Try
kid.
to go touch it.
I'm drug sniffing.
One strange thing you notice is there is one wagon that's just carrying a huge amount of beer, and their plan appears to be to sell beer along the road. It's like a roadside brewery. Yeah, they're very excited to have you. You're their spokesbottle, man. They're excited to have you on board. And so, but there's something strange about that wagon as well.
About the beer wagon?
Yeah, and it isn't uncommon for people to be like restocking the inns and stuff, so moving food and beer and stuff. But there's something. I mean, like the team seems a little over happy and a little overconfident with their plan, and their plan seems kind of stupid, right? That you guys are going to drink all this beer on your 2-month voyage, and they're going to take all your money.
I'm gonna go.
And there is a weird smell. There is a more than just weird yeasty beery smell. There's a weird odor coming from that wagon.
It's like 60 gold.
Sort of like poisonous or a nice odor like...
Not natural would be a better way to put it, right? There's something odd.
In the meantime, I'm trying to make friends with these guys.
But the other wagons, you know, a lot of like tinkering kinds of stuff, general store kinds of stuff. One guy is transporting huge quantities of unmilled iron ore, like this strange iron ore that he believes has magical properties that he's taken to the barbarians of the north, which can draw it out. Seems a little crazy, right? Like, yeah.
So we seem to have gone into kind of raw materials.
Yeah. Let's see, they got the AO wagon, you got those guys, you got those guys. And then there are a couple other wagons that you'll meet along the way. We're probably going to be traveling in this caravan for like 2 weeks. Yeah, but there's nothing, the wagons themselves, you know, general observation, standard caravan, cargo, nothing like that.
I'm going to keep most of my focus on the beer wagon for anything weird.
Yeah, and in terms of the other guards, there's about your number again in additional staff that's with the caravan. There's a cook and his staff, he's got 3 guys, a halfling, they're all halflings. There is a bunch of other guards, maybe 6 or 8 other guards, and then there's other horse masters and other porters and staff that's coming along with the caravan. Besides the guys that own the wagons, and most of the people are independent contractors, right? They own their wagons and everything on it.